I got an Easter story to tell you, a Sega Genesis Easter story to tell you.
Excellent.
It's the mid-90s. I'm creeping downstairs to look in my Easter basket to find what that sneaky Easter bunny brings me. What do I find? A surprise, a Sega Genesis game. Not just any Sega Genesis game. Probably known as one of the most notorious Sega Genesis games. Shaq-Fu! Shaq-Fu is a fighting game in the vein of Street Fighter. Electronic Arts. It's 24 megs of awesome fighting action. Shaq brings his awesome skill and size to the multi-world fighting game. Says it right there. Shaq's just on vacation, gets sucked in, and now he has to battle all these random people. You're trying to save a boy from the evil Mummy Raw. So there's 12 characters you can pick from, including Shaq. And no characters really stand out besides Shaq. Everyone has like special powers like you do in Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, but it's Shaq-Fu. Not only is it called Shaq-Fu, but it's the enforcer of justice. Look at the intensity in his eyes. The trash talk that these guys spew to each other. I'm surprised this game was even released. Not only do I get Shaq-Fu, it has a bonus with it. It's pretty uncommon nowadays. It's the CD I still have. It's in storage upstairs. It's one of those games, I got it. I'm like, Shaq-Fu. Don't know what to think of it. Didn't ask for it. But some new Sega Genesis games. So I pop it in. I'm playing on Easter. I'm playing as Shaq. I'm going through. You could play story mode or go against, a friend or a relative. I played with my brother a couple times. When I pulled this out for my friends, we're like, I'm not playing Shaq-Fu. Why? He's the enforcer of justice. Play Shaq-Fu. It's not as bad as a lot of people say it is. It's not a great game. They actually made a remake of it. It's more like a beat 'em up. This is a fighter. I'm gonna be like, Shaq, come get yours. And it was rated MA13. MA13, you had to be 13 to buy this or play this according to the Shaq-Fu game. Kind of reminds me of Maximum Carnage being MA13 as well. But Shaq-Fu is surprisingly rated MA13. For some reason, they've said too much violence, too much Shaq awesomeness. MA13. Now, Splatterhouse 2 is before the rating system. It makes sense why this would be MA13. It makes a lot of sense why Splatterhouse 3 would be MA13. But Shaq-Fu? Streets of Rage is also MA13. Really? There's a different time period back then how the rating systems worked. And you're thinking, Streets of Rage 3 being MA13, Shaq-Fu's MA13, Maximum Carnage MA13. I mean, Splatterhouse makes sense, but Streets of Rage 3? Streets of Rage 3 has nothing on Shaq-Fu. Even Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition is MA13.
You win!
So you see a pattern here, but violence equals MA13. And here's another example of great violence. You get MA13. Samurai Showdown. Hold on. MA13 for Booger Man. So with grossness and violence, you get MA13. Castlevania Bloodlines is GA. I know it's no Shaq-Fu, but there's violence in this game. Wait a minute. This is a fighting game, but it's GA. Another fighting game, once again, rated MA13. Eternal Champions. No Shaq-Fu, though. RoboCop Terminator, MA13. This kind of makes sense. I always preferred this version over the Super Nintendo version. This is the first one I rented anyway. Once again, no Shaq-Fu, though. Here's another rating. Mortal Kombat 2, MA17.
Finish him.
And they renamed it just M for Mortal Kombat 3. Kind of went to a quick dive into the rating system, but I thought it was kind of funny that this was MA13. Just go on, explore that with you. Kind of a different era than with the ratings. Really, the story's about the one Easter. I got Shaq-Fu, and I played it maybe for a couple months. I beat it once or twice. You play what you got, and I did that with Shaq-Fu. It's not bad. A lot of people say it's terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's Shaq-Fu. The controls are slippery. It's hard to pull off moves. Characters are generic, but the game has Shaq. One thing that does shine in the game is the music. It has that Sega Genesis bass, and it sounds great. No game will ever live up to Shaq-Fu, though. The Enforcer of Justice. I think it's the only game I ever got on Easter, now I think about it. I got NES games for Christmas and Sega Genesis games for Christmas. Besides birthdays and Christmas, the only game I got outside of those holidays were my birthday. But I got on one random Easter, Shaq-Fu. It was a really quick video. Have fun. Go game. Happy Easter, everyone out there. And see you guys later. Ah, the manual's black and white. He's the Enforcer of Justice by Shaq-Fu.